New D&D digital plans coming in February. What does that mean? I don't know. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, I'm Ted. Welcome to Nerd Immersion. I've got a little D&D news update for you, and it seems like it's actually some really good news. I found this article just today, just now, so I wanted to go over this. So the title of the article here is D&D digital plans to be revealed on February 21st. I'll put a link in the description to this article if you want to go check it out. There's also the full transcript is available as well. But basically, it was an earnings meeting. Brian D. Goldner, chairman of the board and CEO at Hasbro, took part in the company's Q4 2019 earnings call, and there were several references to D&D. So a lot of the high-level stuff is pulled out right here. But Dungeons & Dragons grew again in revenue for the 6th year in a row. Streaming D&D content was up nearly 50% last year, and substantial new digital gaming plans will be coming in February. So let me talk a little bit about that. So I'll read some of the article here. Magic the Gathering revenues increased more than 30% in the year, behind double-digit growth in tabletop play and a strong first year for Magic the Gathering Arena. Dungeons & Dragons revenue grew for the 6th straight year, and we are meaningfully investing both brands to drive engaging storytelling while developing new digital games with high-margin profitable growth longer term. We look forward to sharing our 2020 new gaming plans for Magic and D&D on February 21st. First, I talk a little bit about Monopoly. We don't care about that. In addition, for D&D, we did see our 6th straight year of growth. We are seeing about 150 million hours of content viewed on Twitch and YouTube, which is up nearly 50% year on year. In the first half of 2020, we are seeing a lot of new initiatives coming for the brand, but again, I'll let Chris walk us through that more at our Analyst Day, which is the 21st of February. Our plans for digital gaming, which are again substantial for D&D, that begins in 2020. You'll also see great digital game development for D&D, and you will see on February 21st to outline that. Our total games category grew 6% for the year, fueled by Magic growth in the Magic the Gathering and Monopoly. Higher revenues for D&D and several classic game titles did not offset declines in our Hasbro gaming portfolio. Adjusted operating profit and profit margin decline as we invest in digital gaming initiatives, including Magic the Gathering Arena and the future Magic and D&D digital games. We delivered compelling gaming experiences led by work for our teams at Wizards of the Coast. Our positive results to date have us on plan to double Wizards of the Coast revenue. It says Wizards of the Coast revenue. I'm sure that's supposed to be cost. Revenue over 5 years from 2018 to 2023. So that's a pretty big deal. Positive results to date have us on plan to double Wizards of the Coast revenues over the next 5 years from 2018 to 2023. Again, there's a link in here to the full transcript, and there's a couple other things that are pointed out here. Right, WotC acquired a video game company last year, and they're working on the new D&D Dark Alliance game. Then we know Baldur's Gate 3 is coming soon. Maybe that's the announcement that's on the 21st, the new digital content. Maybe that's the announcement of Baldur's Gate 3. And then Archetype Entertainment is the ex-BioWare staff that are going to now be working for WotC in a new game studio, a video game studio. So I don't actually know what this means for Wizards of the Coast or the future. Good news is everything we've heard in the community, right? D&D is more popular than ever. It's constantly growing, blah, blah, blah. That's apparently financially true for Hasbro. So on the very, very least, that means D&D is not going anywhere anytime soon. If they're still continuing to see consistent growth for 6 years running, they're going to continue to put money into D&D. They're going to continue to support it. If you think about it, when D&D 5e came out years and years ago, 5 years ago, we got maybe 1 or 2 books a year. Now we're getting 3 to 5 books a year. Again, that's because Wizards of the Coast is seeing improved revenue. They can hire more staff. They can put money into production to producing more books a year. Obviously, maybe they don't want to go too far like they used to, where they were putting out a book a month, or more than that, like a 3rd edition and 4th edition. But digital plans for D&D. We know that D&D Beyond exists, right? That's a digital tool set. That is not owned by Wizards of the Coast. That is owned by Curse, a Twitch company, right? So there's that. What kind of digital plans could we see? My assumption is it's realistically just going to be a more D&D based video games. I don't see them giving us any like first party digital tool sets. I think that would be pointless when it took you so long to roll out D&D Beyond to a usable point anyway, and so many people already invested in it and it has a ton of marketing behind it. I don't think it's going to be a first party digital tool set of any kind. I'm sorry, character based tool set. I think D&D Beyond has that, and I think they're probably going to keep that the way it is. Realistically, I think it's just going to be a D&D video game, or more D&D video games, right? We already know about Dark Alliance. That trailer would just look janky to me. The way the run animations just looked awful, so hopefully it'll be improved trailer for that, or improved graphics for that. Like I said, it could be the release of Baldur's Gate. Now, the Neverwinter game that's been out since 4th edition has been out for a while. They have done significant updates to the game over time, and it has had updates to be in line with all the stories that Wizards of the Coast has released. But the mechanics of the game and the way things are designed in there is still very heavily 4th edition based. They have done a big change to make things more 5th edition friendly. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we'll get a brand new Dungeons and Dragons MMO. Again, seems kind of silly to introduce that 5-6 years into 5th edition when we don't know what the life cycle of this game is before we get a 5.5e or a 6e, if that ever comes. I know it will if sales start to decline in 5th edition. They're going to make a new edition, because that's how you make more money. That's what you do in Magic and any other kind of collectible card game. You start losing money, you make a new expansion, people got to go get it to stay up to the metagame. The only thing I think it could be, if it's not a game of some kind, is like a first-party virtual tabletop. Because we have Roll20, right? We have Fantasy Grounds and a bunch of other digital tool sets for playing games on grids and things like that. We have D&D Beyond, which can do your character sheets and magic items and monsters. So the only thing I could think of is if it's not going to be more games, which I honestly think is what it will be, my other thought is maybe it's a first-party D&D simulator, if you will. So this would be, right? So I stream D&D online. How do I do that? I use Zoom, a conference call software for companies, to do the video chats. We all stream that through OBS. We stream it to Twitch or YouTube or wherever, and we use D&D Beyond character sheets integrated into that. Maybe this is going to be a tool set that's going to take away a lot of that or fix a lot of that. It's going to be a first-party Wizards of the Coast setting where we're going to go and log into it. It's going to have cameras. It's going to have the full map, the map set up however you want to do that. It'll be linked to your D&D Beyond character sheet, so you can have D&D Beyond up while you're in this digital tool set designed by Wizards to do what they want to do. Maybe it'll have integrated streaming right into it, so you can put it out there. They're already talking about how there's a ton of content on YouTube and Twitch that's being watched. Watch time is up 50%, right? That's a big number. So if it's not a game, which I really do believe it is, the only other thing I could think it would be, as far as digital plans go, would be that a digital simulator for for Dungeons and Dragons, first party integration with existing tool sets, and possibly its own streaming. Like, it can do the streaming for you. I don't think they're going to go that route because they've invested a lot in Twitch and YouTube as well. But I think there could be a market for a Wizards of the Coast tool set for just being a virtual tabletop. I know I've said virtual tabletop I don't know how many times in the past 10 minutes, but I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think it's just going to be a video game? Do you think it's going to be more information about one of the games we already had? Do you think it's going to be a wholly new video game? Is it going to be something like an old Champions of Norath or this Dark Alliance style beat 'em up hack and slash game? Is it going to be more like a Baldur's Gate or maybe it's Icewind Dale 3 will get announced? I don't know. Is it going to be a brand new Wizards MMO, or do you think maybe I'm onto something with this idea of a digital tool set for D&D? I don't know. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comments down below. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.